Last night, watching England lose to Argentina wasn't just another England defeat. It wasn't just another semi-final loss. It was the capitulation of Thomas Tuchel when he became everything that he criticised Gareth Southgate for. He publicly said Gareth Southgate was too passive and that England needed to play to win and not avoid losing. One goal up against Argentina and you become everything you criticised in an England side. And what I'm asking is, does Thomas Tuchel deserve to keep his job? Is Thomas Tuchel a hypocrite? Is this what we expect from somebody we've employed as a manager of England? I'm Adam, this is Two for Joy. Get down there, like, subscribe, hype, do all the good things. This is going to be a bit of a rant, but let's get into it. So unlike most people, I'll be quite honest, when the team selection for England came out and we started this tournament, I didn't have the hope. I didn't have the belief. I wasn't in the camp that England have got a team good enough to go on and win the World Cup. I genuinely thought the first good side we come up against will get knocked out like every other tournament. And the reason for that was I didn't believe in the team selection. I didn't believe in the squad selection that Thomas Tuchel took to this tournament. I felt like we were carrying too many bystanders and I felt like we were carrying too many injury-prone players. And I genuinely believe if I go through the team and say Tino Livramento injury-prone, Reece James injury-prone, Bukayo Saka hasn't been the player he has been in previous seasons. Jordan Henderson shouldn't even fucking be there. Kobbie Mainoo can't even feature most weeks in the Man United side, but he can make the England squad. And I felt like there are players in the Premier League, there are English players who are putting up the numbers, who are doing the right things and aren't getting the call up. And I was the first one to say Lewis Hall should have been in this team. And I criticised him for taking Jed Spence. And I take it back. Because last night, I felt like Jed Spence put in the best performance, or one of the best performances of any England player on that pitch. I thought Jed Spence was outstanding last night. And England started well. I felt our defensive shape was excellent. I felt Messi hardly influenced the game, down to Elliott Anderson, who deserves huge credit because he was absolutely outstanding last night. And England looked organised. In that first half, England looked organised. Argentina looked frustrated. And Anthony Gordon, in the second half, when he gets that goal, there's hope. And that is it. Typical of watching England, it's the hope that kills you. And Anthony Gordon gave us that hope. And I'll be honest, I thought Gordon and Rodgers on the other side didn't do enough. I felt like they didn't offer us enough going forward. I felt like they didn't offer us enough coming inside or going over the outside and putting balls in. I felt like the delivery just wasn't good enough last night. And the turning point in this game, the thing that realistically made the difference, is England stopped trying to win. And this isn't about Argentina scoring a great goal from distance and putting themselves back in it. This is about England being passive, not taking risks, not protecting the lead by keeping possession, not trying to kill games off. Exactly how Gareth Southgate played football for England. And you compare that to Argentina, and realistically, Argentina changed the game with their substitutions. Argentina were proactive in their substitutions, positive, more energy, more runners, more attacking intent. That team improved when they made their substitutions. And England tried to survive for 35 minutes. We were reactive, defensive, less attacking, less pace, less control. And let me tell you, I know better than anybody watching a reactive, defensive, less attacking threat kind of styled football, because I've watched Newcastle all season under Eddie Howe do exactly the same thing. And Thomas Tuchel is a massive hypocrite for not going out there, for not pushing it, for not taking the right players to this tournament. Because realistically, you make it to a semi-final against Argentina, and Argentina are a great side, but they are not the side they once were. They were there for the taking last night, and some poor decision making left us in a position where I'm watching Declan Rice come off the field and Konza come on the field. I'm watching Anthony Gordon come off and Dan Burn come on. We went so defensive so quickly. You are not going to see a game out for 35 minutes against this Argentina side by putting that many defenders on. Realistically, what did we think was going to happen? Egypt played proactively against them and they still conceded 2 goals. Honestly, watching this game fills me with frustration, and I'll make the point, Declan Rice didn't look fit. He didn't look like he could last that game. But when I see Declan Rice come off, I'd like to have seen Adam Wharton come on. Adam Wharton's had a fantastic season for Palace. Adam Wharton fills that defensive cover in the midfield. He keeps control. He wins the second balls. He protects that back four. You've got Elliott Anderson in there. You take Declan Rice off. You need someone in there to protect that back four. And England lost the midfield and Argentina dominated possession. This game was there to be won in the midfield. The midfield battle is what won us that first half. It's what frustrated Argentina in that first half. Lionel Messi couldn't get on the ball. But the problem started way before kickoff. It's the squad. It is the squad. It's reputation picks. It's passengers. Like I say, Reece James, Tino Livramento, Jordan Henderson, Ivan Toney. Contrast that with what Argentina brought onto the pitch. We're bringing on Dan Burn. They're bringing on Nicolas Otamendi. Realistically, Argentina have got a fantastic depth in that squad. They bring on Martinez. He scores the goal. He scores the winning goal. They brought on a striker that could play. We brought on Ivan Toney, who's playing in Saudi Arabia. We brought on Ivan Toney, who hasn't played an international minute. Realistically, what was wrong with Ollie Watkins, who's had a great season for Villa this season? What was wrong with making proactive changes? If you're going to go to a back five, give me fast forwards, give me wingers, give me break forward players. You cannot sit back and play like that. And the striker profile, if you're defending that deep, you need pace up front. You need someone who will stretch defenders. You need someone who will run channels. You need someone who will chase everything and give defenders problems. Push Argentina onto the back foot, and we just didn't do it. And I don't want to make this all negative. I stand there and say Jed Spence, Elliott Anderson, John Stones I thought had a fantastic game. The first half we were organised, defensive discipline. Messi was quiet. But Tuchel, Thomas Tuchel lost us this game. This is the point. Do you think Thomas Tuchel keeps his job after this? Because I'll be quite honest, I'll be more than happy for England, the FA, get on that bandwagon now. You want somebody who plays this style of football? We've got the man. Take him. We've watched this shit reactive, defensive, passive style of football all season. If you want that, if that's what you want from a manager, go and get Eddie Howe. Get Eddie Howe now. Discounted rate. Take him. Because realistically, Thomas Tuchel came up short. And it's okay to come up short when you're playing against one of the world's best sides. I'm not taking anything away from Argentina. They wanted it. You expect this niggly, this shit style of football where we're scrapping for everything. But this isn't new. If Thomas Tuchel went into that game Not expecting it to play out like that and not expecting it to pan out like that. What can you say? We knew the game was going to be like this. We knew this is how Argentina would react. You can't play football like Gareth Southgate did or Thomas Tuchel did last night or Eddie Howe does. Be aggressive. Be proactive. You have to put more than one goal in against Argentina. You don't get to a World Cup final through coasting. You don't get to a World Cup final without beating the best teams. And you don't win a World Cup without being the better side. And we weren't the better side last night. We were the better side for a portion of the game. But overall, when it counted, we weren't good enough. And who is that down to? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, hype, do all the good things. And hopefully, guys, I will see you in the next one.